I'm having a crisis of reality because I'm a Glock fanboy, a Glock clone fanboy, and now I have a 1911, which I'm better with. That's right, today on the channel, I am finally breaking away from my obsession, my fanboying over Glocks and Glock clones, whether they're cheap or more expensive, and I'm finally getting into a more American classic that is the 1911. This is a Springfield Armory Garrison chambered in 45 ACP. Now, if you recall, some time ago, I did a showcase of a Llama or Llama Max 1, which is a Spanish 1911 clone, but I've never had a true American-made 1911 on the channel. That changes today because a little over a month and a half ago, I was at a local gun store and I had an itch that traditional medication and antibiotics just can't cure. I got the attention of one of the store employees and I said, look, I don't know anything about 1911s. Judge all you want, it's just not a direction that my TISM had taken me to this point in my life. And I said to the employee, knowing this, can you direct me to an entry-level, base-level, but durable, reliable 1911? Because one thing I have learned through the grapevine is depending on brands and price points, 1911s, despite having been around for over 100 years, are still finicky. Long story short, we eventually landed on the Springfield Armory Garrison chambered in 45 ACP. My model of the Garrison is the 5-inch barrel variant. I wanted the bigger gun. Yes, I'm sure there's a joke to be made there. Now, as I said, my knowledge of the 1911 platform is fledgling at best. So this is going to be more of a first impressions amateur review of the Springfield Garrison, my overall thoughts and experiences with this gun since I've had it, the things that I really like about it, as well as one or two things that I don't necessarily care for after the fact. For the uninitiated or people that are used to Glock handguns or Glock style handguns, striker fire, polymer-based guns, the 1911 is a heavier gun. The Garrison comes in a little over 2¼ pounds, and that's because unlike most of our most popular striker-fired pistols in today's world, the Garrison slide and frame is forged carbon steel. Off the bat, the gun just feels fantastic in the hands. I've held 1911s, I've shot 1911s in the past, and I have always been very impressed with them. We'll get into the trigger a little bit later because the trigger is integral to how good a 1911 feels. But despite the added weight, the gun just feels very good in the hands. Now, the Garrison comes in two finishes. This is the blued finish. It also comes in a stainless steel. For my first 1911, I just wanted to go for that classic well-known 1911 look. I do really like the stainless steel look of a 1911, but for this one, I felt that I needed to get the blued finish. Springfield Armory has made some modernization changes to the Garrison. First, the trigger and the hammer have been skeletonized. The front and rear sights are both readjustable and replaceable, and from what I saw at the store, not all 1911s, especially the more entry level 1911s, come with adjustable sights. So that was a feature that I really enjoyed having. I also have absolutely no idea what kind of ammo this is, so we're not going to worry about adjusting the sights because it's not provided by our ammo sponsor, American Marksman. You should definitely go check them out. Amazing prices on the most popular calibers. Go check them out. Something I learned very quickly, and I just want to call out here because it does get brought up when talking about 1911s as I'm starting to build out my own internal database, is the extractor. As you can see here, or rather you can't see here, the Garrison has an internal extractor. One other feature that I thought that I would like is an oversized thumb safety on the left side of the Garrison. At the store, I liked how it was easier to engage the safety with my thumb. I'm just gonna call it out now while I'm talking about it. This has become my least favorite feature. I have a high grip on my handgun, and I have found that the grip that I use with my Glocks is not exactly transferable over to the Garrison because my thumb will sometimes re-engage the safety when I fire the gun. In short, I don't consider this a fatal flaw in the design of the Garrison. It's more I have to build the muscle memory, know which gun I'm shooting, obviously, and remember that my hand placement, my thumb placement is going to have to be slightly different. But if it's that big of a deal to me, I can just replace the safety with a more standard thumb safety. The last more unique feature of the Garrison is the beaver tail. It is oversized. It does wrap further around the webbing of my hand. I personally like having that extra protection there. Other than that, the Garrison is just a, in my opinion, well-built entry-level 1911. And that brings me to my favorite part of any 1911, the trigger. If you have never had the chance to shoot a 1911, I highly encourage you to try one. The triggers in a 1911, a properly built 1911, are fantastic. The Garrison trigger is no exception. There's just a little bit of take up, no mush, and then just a solid break. I measured this earlier with my gauge and it's coming in just over 4 pounds. And then the reset is very definitive. And then you're right back against the wall. Oh, that is such a fantastic trigger. I think that's a good segue into how this thing performs at the range, how it shoots. Like I said, it is, in my opinion, a well-built entry-level 1911. I thoroughly enjoy shooting this. I wish I had gotten one sooner, even though I only have a few hundred rounds through this so far, and only one malfunction, might I add. I got a jam.
You just got jammed.
Okay, Scott. I haven't had any problems since then. But with as few rounds as I have through this, and as many rounds as I have through all of my other firearms, all of my other Glock design-based firearms, I am getting considerably tighter groupings at distances than I ever did with any of my other handguns. Now that might be because I'm also more experienced than when I first started out with any of my other handguns, but I truly feel that given time, I will be a much more accurate shot with this 1911 than with my Glock 45 or even my DR920 Elite here. She just shoots true. Let's move to some steel. Okay. Not sure what happened there, but I'm going to take it. I think I'm hitting low. It's the little ones that always give you problems. Just ask my wife. Ooh. That was meant as an insult against her being short, but it made me... Come on. I have no idea. There. I absolutely love how this Garrison has performed in the short time that I've had it, and I'm really excited to continue shooting this, as well as branch out and explore a little more in the 1911 platform. Let me know down in the comments what you like about the Garrison, if you have one, what you don't like about your Garrison, what problems you've had, the successes you've had, what have you done to upgrade your Garrison. We've got several more gun reviews coming in the relatively near future. I personally acquired a few more pieces for my collection. I'm really excited to share those with you. We've got some reviews on some new night vision stuff and possibly some thermal coming down the line this summer. We are very, very excited to share everything that we have coming to the channel, and know that all of this is made possible by your support. If you haven't already subscribed to the Phantom Llama's Den, make sure that the bell icon has been selected so you get notifications. YouTube's been doing some weird stuff with us the last month or so, and the support that we've continued to receive has been outstanding. Thank you so much. We cannot wait to show you what we have coming in the very near future. That's gonna do it for this video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing to the Phantom Llama's Den, hit that bell icon to get notifications. Check us out on X, Instagram, phantomllamasden.com. Go follow us on Twitch, where we game most Friday nights. As always, don't take life too seriously and make it a great day. I'm still a little upset with some of the decisions they've made in the legal and political world in the last number of years, but they still make some pretty solid guns. So, again, not that big of a deal, but I have always appreciated a bigger beaver. Okay.